we have a parent-child relationship inheritance structures created. We have our start class, we have our children of television, computer, and belt, and they all extends the parent, which is product. And our product has a constructor requirement that it has to have 4 pieces of information. So we went ahead and in our constructor for our belt, computer, and television, we just added for those 4 pieces of information. But let's suppose we want to also include the attributes that are unique to each of these children classes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete out my constructor in my television class, and I'm going to right click, go down to source, and I'm going to generate the constructor using fields. So you see there's only listing 2 particular attributes here, but if you know at the top it says select super constructor to evoke. So it says, okay, I have a constructor at my parent in the product class that requires 4 pieces of information, so also include that. When I do generate now, I now have a television constructor that requires 4 pieces of information, or 6 pieces of information. There's the name, price, SKU, and brand, which is required, but it also requires the resolution and is smart. 4 pieces of that information goes up to the super or parent and the product to make the object of that one, and the other 2 stay within this class to populate the attributes for that particular piece, excuse me. So now that I have those populated, I went ahead and broke my start now because I need to now pass it 6 pieces of information, including resolution and is smart. So I'm going to go ahead and add some pieces to this one. So the resolution is 1080. And then the is smart it's a true TV for that one. So that one is smart. So I went ahead and met the requirements for that. So if you want to mix and match the constructor for both the child and the parent, you can pass in as many pieces of information as you want. The pieces that need to go to the parent get passed up to the super object. The pieces that are local stay in this and use this keyword to populate those inside of it. And I can do the same thing with my computer. Go ahead and delete the one that I have. Right click, source, constructor with my parent one. There's that product for the parent, adds the 3 other ones, populates that. Actually, I'm going to go back. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now I got to pass in 3 more pieces of information. Is on, RAM, and space. So over here in computer, I have to go is on is false. RAM is 16. And space is 500 gigabytes. So there we go ahead. That meets all the requirements there. What did I miss here? I missed something. Is on int. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't save computer there. I go ahead and save my computer, and that fixes that one. Now I'm going to go to one more here and belt, and I'm going to leave belt just the way it is. So the size and color are not visible there, but they're private. So what I probably want to do for this one is go ahead and generate the appropriate getters and setters. So there's my getters and setters for my size. And if I right click that for color and go ahead, go to source and generate the getters and setters for my color. And those will populate. So now I have access to everything inside of it. So I don't always have to use the constructor. I can still use my getters and setters. And in fact, I probably would want to go ahead and still generate getters and setters for these pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and source these for my getters and setters for all 3 of those, create those, and then I'll do the same thing for television. Go ahead and right click, source, generate getters and setters, check all of those and generate them. And I can mix and match them. I can take out some of the setters so that I only can use it through the constructor, but I'm starting to build out my application a little bit better. So the lesson in this one is that I can keep some of the information in my constructors at the local level and continue to pass some stuff up to super if I needed to, but I do at the very least need to meet the requirements for the constructor for my parent. I need to give it that 4 pieces of information, otherwise I'm going to have errors all over the place. Okay, onward and upward.